talking about how she needs the IV Benadryl. And I was coming to speak on that. But when I logged on, there was another video of a young lady inpatient, and she's crying because she's trying to advocate for herself, and the doctor isn't listening to her, the doctor or the nurse. It's like they were teaming up on her. And she was just trying to explain to them that switching her from her IV meds to oral meds is not going to help her. And I logged off for a moment. I came back to legitimately make the video, and I saw another video of a young man in the ER. Not the ER. He was admitted, and there's police outside his door because he said he was sleeping too peacefully, and the doctor decided that because he was sleeping peacefully, he needed to be discharged. And he's in the video cussing and fussing and going in. Understandable. But this is where I look at you all and say, I told you so. Okay. So,
Namaskaram, everyone. I wanted to talk about this beautiful video by the owner of Supermoms Fighting Sickle Cell. Her group is on Facebook, and I really thought she brought up a really good point.
You all have been talking about how I'm
there we go.
I'm angry or I'm too harsh.
Okay. Supermoms Fighting Sickle Cell Corporation post, and it's about, I have to agree with this, it's about when people with sickle cell and you're going into the hospital or you're admitted in the hospital, and your presentation, your behavior on social media, and your behavior on social media is totally different than what you're portraying when you go into the hospital. So what am I talking about? Some things that I have seen, as well as if you're in a hospital with sickle cell pain, super painful pain, and you are there for treatment, how are you getting up and twerking on the IV pole, or dancing and acting as if you're not in pain? Or, as I'm seeing that a lot of healthcare professionals are looking at it like you're too high, and it can look like you are a drug seeker, which they love to place, especially people with sickle cell, under this particular category. I personally don't like it because I am not that. But they will quickly want to put you under those type of titles. And so what she was talking about here is like how you behave online. Don't think like no one's watching. Healthcare professionals watch you online. They do. It may not be the doctors per se, but the staff, the team, the people behind the scenes, or that work behind the desk, they do see, and then that information travels. I don't talk about sickle cell too much, but when I do, I talk about it in certain points of ways you can help yourself, tips that you can utilize and do for yourself. So in this video, because I get this a lot too, of you're in the hospital and advocacy is not your strongest point. And I'm going to just give a highlight or some tips on advocating properly for yourself. And something that she mentioned was, it's a lot of the new generation, new Gen Zs going into a hospital and not getting it. There's no no study, no understanding, no having like protocols in place. And something that maybe for my generation, um, millennials, we had to learn and study hard. So something that I did, I went into medicine. I went and studied holistic medicine, Ayurveda, aromatherapy, because I wanted a way to advocate for myself by understanding the body. I also studied to learn becoming a masseuse, to massage. You have to understand the body, the different organs of the body, you know, um, and seeing alternatives to help yourself with not having to always be on that type of narcotics, a pain med, and utilize other ways, right? Really cutting down. Something that I worked on where it's like, I don't like taking medicine. Like, I really don't. I would literally avoid it or find alternative ways. I'm seeking that perspective first, that direction, before I'm gonna go and take a narcotic at times. And yes, there are times where um, you can't help it. You have to take your medicine. You need that help because the pain is striking. And when I say striking, it's like someone stabbing you, someone, shooting bullets in you. It's it's so it's so harsh, right? It's very painful. But what I do, I study, man. I study gene therapy. I study really understanding the process of the muscles and bones and the blood and when in pain or whatever and things that I can do, right? I advocate for myself in a way of I'm going natural as much as possible. So when I enter the hospital, like they have a list, like you take all these supplements and vitamins. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have a long list, right? I when I'm supposed to get certain medication, you're not gonna see me go do that. I'm gonna stretch that thing till kingdom come, right? That is me. Um, and really training my body, and this took practice of training my body to not having to rely so much. When you're in the crises, I go all out because I'm about killing that, knocking that, get rid of that ASAP, right? But the other thing is I don't want to go into the hospital. And you have to have that mindset of I don't want to go. What am I going to do so I can avoid that? What am I not doing so that I can start doing? What are you implementing into your food, your diet, your drink? Are you hydrating? Are you resting? Are you doing the things? Are you overexerting yourself? Are you dressing too skimpy that your bones are like, yo, warm me up? Like, it may be hot out, but that don't mean the inside of you is hot. It could be super cold, right? There's a contrast happening. This is about learning the body in a way of teaching the mind another way of handling pain, so that when you go in and you can speak for yourself. These are the things I've done. These are the things I've implemented. I've done this. It's starting. Like, you have a track record and you come in knowing this is what it is. And if they're not advocating, there's something that I do, and I would go study and learn policies in the law. If they're not, stop going to that hospital. Look up and go somewhere else. If a doctor's not treating right, get another one. There's no reason to stick there. Go find, hunt, have a list of doctors that you can go, that you can, like, I'm switching out. I had to do that at one point in my journey, to switch out doctors and be like, no, I need someone who's going to be there for me, right? And understand me. I'm not settling.